Let's talk about Illinois real quick. They lost yesterday to USC at home in a game where they didn't have Kasparas Jakucionis. And I said I think that was a result of two things. And I think it was the wrong game plan against Des Claude. I thought that they would have been better off having a bigger defender on him that kind of dared him to shoot, as opposed to using some of their smaller guards and trying to pressure a dude that thrives playing through contact. And I also think that not having KJ just completely changes the dynamic of what they are offensive. Like, he's the dude that makes all of those other pieces fit together. And when you don't kind of have that linchpin there, it kind of everything can fall apart a little bit. I think they tried to steal one, knowing that they thought that they could get USC at home even without him, and I think they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Hand in the cookie jar. There, that's a hard thing to say. Hand in the cookie jar. There,
It is.
I'm still in on Illinois as a Final Four contender, as maybe the most dangerous team of the Big Ten. It might be tough to win a Big Ten regular season now that you're 2 games back of first place, but I'm very much in on their ceiling.
I love Illinois. Even though the 2 losses are to Northwestern and to USC, I still like that team a lot. Not having Kasparas Jakucionis for the second game, I think, also matters, because now USC is prepping for that type of deal. When Penn State came in, they thought that Kasparas was going to be there. They probably didn't find out until half an hour before the game that he wasn't playing. So your entire scheme that you've worked on the last couple days, I'm not gonna say it's out the window, but now you have a totally different scheme that you're prepping and preparing for. Different guys are playing different roles. And I'll say this about USC: that is a very talented team. Their metrics suck because they had to figure stuff out in the first month, because they don't have a point guard. They play Desmond Claude at point guard right now. They figured that part out. They have a lot of close games to bad teams. They have the blowout against St. Mary's. So their metrics aren't great. I think they were like 78 on the net today. Metrics aren't great, but that is a very, very good, very talented basketball team. Desmond Cloud's a good player. Ogbo's a good player. St. Thomas is a good player. Yates has been really good the last couple weeks. And then you got Rashawn Agee came in because Josh Cohen completely blew a scout on Avicic. Now Rashawn comes in the game and he hits like his first 3 threes all year. And like, that's what it takes sometimes. I don't think of Illinois any differently after that. I think what I'm looking for next is, how long is Kasparas going to be out? Because man, I can't even explain how important he is to this team from a scoring standpoint, from an assisting standpoint. He helps out with the leadership. People don't understand how big he's like 6'5", 6'6", like 205, 210. Like, that is a big dude that is coming down the court, handling the ball, doing whatever he wants to do on the court. Legitimate top 5 lottery prospect. To just not have him sucks. Your ceiling is going to drop. Your floor is going to drop. But they got to figure out a way right now. But I'm not low on them. There are a lot of years where the Big Ten's best and most talented team doesn't win the whole thing. Doesn't win the Big Ten, but may have the most juice when it comes to the NCAA tournament. You look back at 12-13, that Michigan team was like 5th in the league or something. But they were probably one of the better suited to move forward. You see it all the time.
I like that comp,
in this
actually.
league. Yeah, so like, you see it all the time in this league. So I'm not down on them. Their biggest thing is they have to continue to get Ben Hummerkaus playing at 3 levels. He's done an outstanding job the last few games of really diversifying his shot attempts. He's not just floating anymore. He's starting to post up, playing a bit of that booty ball, playing that in-between game, which I think is going to help out the entire team. Morris Johnson is coming on a lot. DGL is playing good ball. Jake Davis is earning the trust of the team. Will Riley still needs to kind of find his way against high major opponents. But, I mean, this is a team where you're looking at them a month and a half, 2 months down the line, where are they going to be at them? I'm not really focused on now. I think they'll be fine, but they got to get Kasparas back so they can continue to grow as a team.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the other thing I would just point out is that Penn State spot. I know their staff was fully aware of what Penn State has done to them the last couple of years, and spent days hammering in like, we can't have a letdown. We can't have a letdown, right? We have to find a way. And I think they came out incredibly engaged, right? It was perfect, like coming back from, being on the road. You think everything's great. And they did a great job avoiding that. But then 3 days later, it's like, all right, we got to play USC. And you just can't keep selling them that this is a big game, right? It's a home game. It's a game you're supposed to win. You think
11 a.m. Central
spread. Yeah, it's 11 a.m. Like it was the perfect letdown spot for Illinois. They played really bad. It would have helped to have KJ, obviously, but no huge concerns long term about this loss. I just think they had to find a way to get Will Riley going. And I was hoping that with KJ out these last two games that it would give him an opportunity to get some more on-ball reps, build some confidence, and he just can't make a shot. Like it's brutal because he's such an elite shot maker. Like Will Riley, if you've ever watched Will Riley play AAU, it is a sight to behold. Like he is a dynamic shot creator. And right now, I think his confidence is a little shot, and they got to keep him shooting and hope it comes, because this team's ceiling takes even another level if they can get him going. But right now, this is a really good group when KJ's on the floor. And I agree with Ant that Michigan comp from about a decade ago is a good one.